Hi guys, sorry to keep you waiting for so long. I'm gonna stop the background music. Yeah, sorry for sorry keep you waiting for so long. Those are the words I meant to say. But yeah, I had just had some things to finish up before show my face to y'all. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you aren't doing well, I'm really sorry. Unfortunately, we all have our really off days. And I wish you the best of luck. I wish you so much joy in life. Yeah. Oh, it's Friday. I was going to continue our life, but I got to be honest with you guys. I just came from a dinner from uh, Longhorn Steakhouse. God damn. The only reason I went is because my sister and brother-in-law are celebrating their wedding anniversary this week. Yay for them. Like what, 3 to 4 years because they got married. Like the civil wedding and the actual like big church wedding were months apart, so like they happened in 2 different years. I'm like, I gotta remember which one it was. 3 years married in the church, 4 years civilly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember now. I remember. Brain is semi-braining today. Oh. But yeah, no, going out to what? Longhorn and then such a big meal. If I'm being completely honest, guys, I I did not really eat this whole day until that dinner. But it's not like I saved my stomach for that dinner. No, I literally just forgot to eat. I was like, it's morning. I was feeling lazy, didn't really want to do anything. And I was just like, oh yeah, I should probably eat. And then I had a lunch alarm because I know when my brain is like being really weird, I have a tendency to just go through the day and just not eat. So I have alarms set up for when I should eat. So I was like, lunch alarm went off. So I was like, oh, I should probably eat something. Barely ate anything. And I was like, I'm not doing well. I feel like I'm gonna pass out at any moment. So, yeah, there's that. I almost forgot I should do some housekeeping stuff before we get into anything else. But yeah, that's happening today. It's happening with me today. So I'm a little out of breath. I definitely feel like my body has expanded into a balloon, just so full of food. Whew, I really don't want to do anything, but I really wanted to stream tonight, guys. I had planned on streaming, just wasn't sure what we do yet. But anyway, you'll notice I have a new little I icon stream element thing up here. I am gonna keep it up there from now on. I quite like it up there. Yeah, you'll see. We have a follower goals. I need to fix that because it says followers goal, which I mean technically it is true, but yeah, I should fix that because I don't like the wording of that. But anyway, you'll see. Right now we're at 13 followers, and our overall goal is to try to get 50 followers by April May of this year. So, if you haven't hit the follow button already here over on Twitch, please consider doing so. And if you are watching over in YouTube land, because I do post these VODs over to YouTube, please consider subscribing and liking the video. We do have a lot of fun here. It is mostly just me sitting here chatting with you guys because I love talking with you guys. I want to be able to build a community, like a safe community for a lot of different people to come in and just chat, you know? Call me an internet friend of sorts. But anyway, because the jump between 13 and 50 is so big, we're going to have little sub goals along the way. So then, by the time we hit 50, we will be well on our way there. So, our first sub goal, let's try to hit this way 15 followers. 15 followers, we are going to do my roller coaster TED Talk. Now that I figured out the wordings of how I want to say this, I'm going to use it from now on. But yeah, a roller coaster TED Talk. We're just going to go into the general engineering behind how roller coasters are made, and then we're going to do the example of Space Mountain around the world. So I find that really fascinating, and also I'm a huge nerd, so I really like this. I mean, I made that presentation when I was in college because I I decided to be an absolute idiot and just go into college as a physics major. Now that I've graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Physics, I don't really know what the fuck I'm gonna do as a job, so we'll see. But for now, I'll spread my nerdiness over the internet. So, I will share that with you guys. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I swear, I'm gonna make it a lot of fun. Yes, it's very sciencey, very nerdy. But let's be honest here, guys. Matt Pat has done far worse than what I'm planning on doing, so yeah. Roller coaster TED Talk at 15 followers. So please hit the follow button. And then at 25 followers, I need the motivation to do this. So I'm using you guys. I'm using you guys to, you know, really give me that kick in the pants so action so I can actually do this, I'm going to do a little bit of a customization process with a Funko Pop that I have. I am a collector of Funko Pops. If you follow me over on Instagram, Funkos underscore oh my, I mostly make like posts about Funko Pops. Occasionally I'll just repost TikToks I made because why not? I mean, it's generally the same content anyway. But yeah, I have a bunch of Funko Pops. I have one that I made in FAO Schwartz over in New York City. It is a little plain now, and I do want to, zhuzh it up a little, just so I like it. It's cute now as it is. I just want it to feel more me, you know? So I have a bunch of metallic paints and brushes. So I want to, make a little design on there. If it ends up looking good, great. If not, at least we tried. But I'm not gonna be able to do it until we hit 25 followers. So please consider. I also have a like cute animation underneath. I should go this way. Underneath, like right here in this space, that shows who just followed. So if you hit the follow button, you can see that cute little animation. And if you're over on YouTube land, there is an animation for when you hit the like button and when you hit the subscribe button with like the notification bell. You know? It's there if you want it. But yeah, 25 followers. It's a Funko repaint. Ooh, eh, the monster inside really wants to hatch and come out. But we need to keep him inside the meat. Stop, skeleton. Stop. We're not letting you out yet. Anyway, with 35 followers, I'm gonna do a Hogwarts house quiz, both on the Pottermore website and on the BuzzFeed, because BuzzFeed has a Hogwarts house quiz where it's like percentages of all the different houses. So you can find out based off your answers, like essentially the rankings of where you would land for the different houses. So we're gonna do that for me. The Pottermore thing is mostly for me. So then, I can definitively words English. I'm fine, clearly. But no, we can find out definitively what Hogwarts house I truly am because I'm, I have no idea at this point anymore. I'd love to know, but I'm only gonna do that at 35 followers. All right, we'll find out what my definitive Hogwarts house is, and then chat. We're gonna do the BuzzFeed like percentage ranking Hogwarts house for you guys so we can find out collectively what chat's Hogwarts house would be. So we'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun. And then 45 followers. At 45 followers, we're gonna do a bit of a Lego building stream. I have a little baggie of a Star Wars Lego set. It's an X-Wing fighter jet. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll build it together. God knows I am actually going to need to read the instructions on how to do that. It'll be, I think, what, my second time ever like, messing around with Lego? My first time messing around with Lego was actually with my sister. We ended up on a, what was it? Just, you know, on a whim, bought a miniature plant Lego set, and then we just spent the afternoon doing that. A lot of fun. Very much enjoyed it. And I want to play with Legos a little bit more. Guys, I want to save that like me building Legos for stream. If I do end up getting enough money to buy more Lego sets, I will record the process, probably put it over on like YouTube. Or hey, maybe we could just build on stream together. But for now, my second foray into Lego building and whatnot will be here on stream at 45 followers. And then finally, our ultimate goal of 50 followers. Chat, you get to decide what we do for that stream tonight. Oh, I just got a notification that GT Live has now posted one of their parts, Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. I will watch that after this. Yeah, no, I'm not planning on streaming long tonight. Not gonna lie. Big dinner, so much bread and meat. I'm surprised I'm not like going into a food coma at the moment, but like I feel so out of breath and so bloated. I feel like I'm an actual real life balloon. I do not know how I am sitting up straight right now. Barely sitting up straight. I'm hunching over right now. Oh, all right. Seems like the skeleton inside really, really is ready to hatch and wants to come out so badly. No, but we're keeping him in. We're keeping him in. Oh, you want to know something? I know it's like a Filipino superstition, but I'll share it with you guys. So, Filipino superstition is like when you start coughing out of nowhere, it means that there's someone out there in the world thinking about you. It's a nice little way of being like, oh, well, these random things and random stuff where I'm not sick. It just, random, coughs and stuff like that means that there's someone out there thinking about me. Wonder who it could be. Ooh, I hope, I hope they're thinking well of me. I do not wish to be a source of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to be a source of like negativity or meanness or unkindness. I mean, if I'm being honest, me as a kid, mostly me in middle school. Yeah, me in middle school, I was, for lack of a better term, I was a bitch. Yeah, no, 12, 13, and 14-year-old Kai. No, 11, 12, 13-year-old Kai, because I turned 14 in high school. Yeah, no, mean to adolescent. It ended up being like 10 plus years of like repressed negative feelings all just bursting out of nowhere in a new environment with a bunch of new people. All of my old friends that I had that from elementary school, when we went to the new middle school, because we were all part of a gifted kid program called the Acceleration and Enrichment Program, otherwise known as AEP. I realize I'm actually like really pinpointing myself in location with that. But anyway, yeah, us going into that program, going into the new school, I essentially kind of lost all of the friends I made when I was younger. And I very much felt really alone during sixth grade when I first got there. Tried making new friends, but it seemed like everybody in my class already knew each other and already had their friend groups. And then I was just the weirdo who came from out of nowhere and like pretty much just very much singled out. So I only really ended up having like one constant friend, but I couldn't necessarily be entirely myself with her because me being me, yeah, no, me being me, uh, let, let's see. I am a Sagittarius, right? That's Western zodiac sign, okay? I'm a Sagittarius sun, Aries moon, Aquarius rising. All right? That's my big 3. And that's the Western zodiac thing. Not to mention Chinese zodiac, I'm year of the dragon, all right? So I have a very fiery personality. I am very passionate about things and I feel things way too deeply than I should. But yeah, it clashed a lot with that friend because that friend was they were very sensitive, so I was like had a tendency to just oof. I have a tendency to just say whatever is on my mind and I don't really hold back from what I say. It's like there's no filter for me like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't have said this to someone who I do genuinely care about." I will just say the worst things. my like add into the fact that it was like puberty, 10 years of repressed negative feelings. Oh, I was also getting bullied at the time. I know that that person who did bully me will never actually admit that it was real bullying, but let's be honest, making like 5+ kids so uncomfortable with themselves and me wanting to cry every time I thought about having to be around them and hearing what they said about me. It was not a great time. But yeah, I had there's a lot of really, really awful things happening all at once with me. I remember having to attend um a lot of funerals for like family friends, really close family friends that I had grown up with. Well, I mean, they were all like adults. There's one family friend who I considered like an older brother. And then my old babysitter that was like my grandmother. I those funerals happened a year apart and that happened during middle school. So it was a lot of negative emotions and whatnot really bubbling up to the surface all at once. And, you know, my trauma from a kid is that you know, showing any sort of negative emotions it was not a safe place to express that in my house. So what do you do with all those negative emotions that you have repressed and like squashed down as much as you can? You end up using that to lash out at everybody around you. It was like, I feel awful, so I'm going to make everybody else feel awful. Now as I've grown up, I know it was childish, but at the time I was like I did not know what else to do. 7th grade when you have teachers who are reaching out to your family just being like, "Hey, I don't think your kid is doing all that well." And it's not like my grades were like falling a bit for like one marking period. I got them back up, but like for that entire year to have multiple teachers wanting to talk to you and just figure out, "Hey, what's wrong? I can see that you're not doing well." And I didn't say anything. Because I think in my mind, and I still have bouts of this, really awful bouts of this whenever I go into those negative spirals where I'm like, I have no right to feel as awful as I do. I cannot share this with other people because I'm going to burden them with my issues. It was like very much really bad, like negative talking down to myself where I'm like, yes, I'm feeling all of these really awful things and I'm not validating myself with those emotions. I'm like, I need to be alone. I need to be alone to process this, let it out, and then, keep pretending like I was fine. I was okay, and that nobody else really needed to know. Because I was not comfortable being vulnerable with people. I'm still not really all that comfortable with being vulnerable, but I am trying. I'm not in therapy. I do need therapy, but you know, trying to work on myself, finding people that I do genuinely feel safe where I'm like, "Hey, I hate myself and I don't want to do things. Please help me like either let me rant about how I'm feeling, give me advice for any issues I'm having or for the most part I'm like, please distract me. Please like validate how I'm feeling because I feel like I'm going crazy and I'm going insane and I have no right to feel as bad as I do for things that are completely out of my control. It was a lot. It's a lot. Like just because you are one way online and one way in person. Like most of those sometimes they align and other times it's like, yeah, we're not going to be like outwardly showing that hey, mentally we're not doing okay because we do I feel like a lot of content creators can say this. At least when they were first starting out, it's like we want to be entertaining, we want to be on all the time and we genuinely just want to, you know, create good vibes and have like a fun atmosphere so people keep wanting to come back. But also like the imposter syndrome of like I don't deserve the good things that are coming to me. I yes, I'm pouring my heart and soul and everything I am, all of my passion into this one thing. Nobody's going to care about it. Like and like hey, if you do suffer from depression, anxiety or any other mental illness or even have like mental disorders and whatnot, not really disorders, but like when your brain is not considered typical or normal and you don't really know how to navigate that, like it like not having an official diagnosis and figuring out like oh this is what's wrong with me so now I know the steps to figure like fix that like clueless and you don't really want to share that out with others but now what here 2024 we're a bit more open about the fact that yeah we all struggle with mental health so yeah no I'd watch what was it I watched a video essay the other day about I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. I was not in this fandom. Let me just preface this with saying that I was not in this fandom. I did not watch the stuff that was coming out. The only reason I really knew about it was because of MatPat and game theory. Other than that, like, I would never have found out about this. Yeah, MatPat and game theory. After watching that, so many more like recommends of like, oh yeah, if you liked watching this game theory about this really popular thing that's going on right now in what 2019, 2020, mostly 2020, here's some stuff by the creators that are in here and I was like oh cool and then I hate to say this being on Wattpad when you just want to distract yourself from how lonely and sad you are and then having Wattpad recommend you fan fictions about the characters that were part of this really popular thing that were also based on content creators that were, doing stuff there. Yeah, yeah, a lot of it. But like, one part of this by say preface this by saying I was not actively in this. The only thing I've been actively into watching has been QSMP, and I am falling off a bit now, cause life. Semi getting a little bored right now, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, I watched a video essay the other day about Dream SMP, and this creator who did the video essay is very smart. You can tell they had a lot of love for this because like they really were in the fandom. So they knew the general story, but after they fell off of it, trying to catch up and then realizing, oh, it's not the same as what it used to be, and I don't know how to feel about that. And I think this is what caused its downfall. Yeah, or it's like, oh, we're gonna praise this thing because it's really cool and you really like it, but then also the thing that really made it popular was also the thing that kind of caused their downfall. The whole video essay was talking about like mm, sorry, My throat is killing me. But the video essay was talking about how with Dream SMP, after the introduction of Tommy and Wilbur Soot like writing those plot points of what they wanted to hit is what made it really popular. Tommy being Tommy, Tommy in it, right? Just a kid who's like a lot of fun to watch and like really energetic and out there. Like, yeah, you had something to really. You had a bit of conflict between like Tommy and Dream. And it was entertaining to watch like Tommy just be an absolute chaos gremlin and Dream having to deal with that. Then you add in Wilbur Soot who decided, hey, we're gonna role play on a Minecraft server, which has never been done before. So they like wrote out they wrote out the important like story beats that they wanted to hit, but they never scripted anything. So all of their reactions were real and everything that was happening. But unfortunately, in like turning the creators into these characters for the Dream SMP and then writing out those stories, eventually as they got more and more scripted, you kind of start to lose the thing that people were in for. So, yeah. The video essay went into the fact about like what was it? The Wilbur's character after losing no. Wilbur's character with the election arc and then subsequently losing the election and then him slowly going insane. Like the reason for his character for going insane was just the fact that he was stressed out and depressed. And he's like, well, I mean, that's when the characters and the creators really started to diverge. I was like, well, you don't know for sure. Because he was like, oh, the character is supposed to be depressed and stressed out. But if you watch, Wilbur said as a content creator, he doesn't really seem like that. And I'm like you realize you can also just be putting on a show. That's what most of us do when we have mental illnesses and we really don't like people knowing. We tend to put on a show and it ends up seeming like the happy go lucky people that a lot of people want to see. Like people enjoy watching the happy go lucky people, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we are not like depressed and stressed out. That was the only like weird thing that I was like, I don't know how to feel about that point to be made against Dream SMP and that being its downfall. I think the idea where it started off like here are plot points that we want to say, but we're not going to script out how we're reacting, how we're doing everything to that. It's just here is a plot, like a storyline, like a story beat we want to hit. Everything else that leads up to it and everything else that comes after it is entirely what happens in the moment. And that's what people loved about it. When you start to get into scripted stuff and it ends up being like less and less of like you as like the character you've created is no longer a like an extension of you. It becomes its own entire like its own thing. You start to kind of lose the magic of what really made you popular. So yeah, the general thing that that creator in the video essay said was just like, oh, when the characters and the content creators start to diverge, and then you start to get into more scripted stuff, sure they may enjoy doing that, but it doesn't feel as authentic anymore. Cause now you're just like, well, this is what we wrote, this is what we're gonna stick with. And now it got like really serious and all these different plot points out of well, not plot points, all these different storylines that either converge or diverge and like it's too much to follow. Too much to follow. I was like, oh, I think it was a good video essay for like half an hour to an hour thing discussing that. And you can tell they had a lot of love and appreciation and admiration for what Dream SMP did, especially for like Minecraft YouTube and like streaming in general. But Yeah, things fell off. So I think, and someone did write this in the comments of that video essay, where it's like, yeah, QSMP is taking the ideas that Dream SMP had and just doing it better. And I'm like, oh yeah, I understand that sentiment. Where I'm like, QSMP is taking the original idea of like, let's roleplay on a Minecraft server, right? We want to have certain story beats that we'd like to hit, but we are not going to tell the creators what's happening so that everything that they're doing is a genuine and honest reaction, right? Obviously, you're going to have your own lore, your own storylines that you want to follow, but in general, it is you as the creator genuinely just goofing around and playing. Like, we love to see the dynamics between different creators and really getting to see, like, oh, this really like, lore is happening. How are you going to react? And it is a genuine thing from you. Yeah, and yeah, people love that. People enjoy it. When you don't really have a lot going on, it does start to get a little boring. But, you know, that's a me thing. Again, anything I say here is my honest opinion. So, if you have thoughts, you can say them in chat, or if you're watching on YouTube land, you can say them in the comments. Don't remember the name of the creator who did that video essay right now off the top of my head. I feel awful, but I think you can find that somewhere. Just search it online. Yeah, like the rise and fall of the Dream SMP, I think the name was the title, so it's good. That's good. Oh, huh. Don't have anything else I'd like to say to you. I don't know. I'm kind of blanking out on what to do right now. If you want to try to get Minecraft right now, like the Java edition of Minecraft, like it's like $30 to $40. That's wild to me. But like, good for Mojang, you know? To have something that used to be free and it was kind of janky and scuffed, to now having like big amounts of success that they can charge that much money for their game. Like, good for you. Good for you. I haven't seen. I don't know how like popular Minecraft YouTube is anymore. Because the only, again, for me personally, the only Minecraft YouTube stuff I've seen is just stuff about QSMP, maybe stuff about the AIMS's SMP, whereas it's called ASMP, I believe. I mean, the thing about AIMS's SMP is that you only really need to watch her perspective. Everything that happens is just through her perspective. So, you never really have to like figure out uh, you never have to watch like crazy amounts of footage from so many different people when you want to try to follow a storyline. That's convenient for, those of you who want to get into watching it. Yeah. But really don't know how Minecraft YouTube is doing. I know that a lot of those creators are like doing other stuff and good for them. But yeah, I don't know. Huh. Hmm. I'm genuinely just trying to think about it, and I think my mind is blanking on that. Damn. All right. Okay. Do I just feel out of breath because of the dinner I had? Or am I just out of breath because I am an unathletic bitch? Who knows? I can't tell you for sure. Oh, it's almost Lunar New Year. The calendar said that Lunar New Year is tomorrow, so that's fun. And today, February 9th, 2024, the new moon is entering into Aquarius. So for the collective, and I am gonna get into this because I find it quite fascinating. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, when you talk about new moon in Aquarius, for the collective, so just us in general. It just means that we're all going to go through some sort of transformation. We're all going to lean more into our unique, quirky sides. So, anything that you're thinking about doing that may be a little weird, maybe a little different, do it. And you can manifest some good transformations for you. So, you want to stop being broke? You can manifest some money coming into your life. Huge amounts of money for whatever it is you decide to do. Manifest a job. Manifest something that you like. Manifest a glow up, you know? So, yeah, that's something. That's something. What I did today, I, I did something on TikTok today, and then I reposted that over on Instagram. I so there's a creator on TikTok that is singing love songs every day until Valentine's Day, February 14th. Um, and the first video I got from that creator was him singing one of my favorite love songs, Something Stupid by Frank Sinatra. Love that song so much. It's so cute and it's so sweet and it's such a nice melody. Ooh, it tickles my brain and it makes me happy. And it's like, oh, I love this song. So I decided, because I don't know, why not? I decided to duet that creator and sing along with him. Now I didn't do the harmony because I don't really know the female harmony for that song that well, at least off the top of my head. I know it is very much like one note, so you just keep going one note and occasionally change, but it's mostly just one note, singing one note versus the melody with the male part, which is the one that I know best. So, I did a duet and I sang the melody with that creator and I posted it. Don't really know how well that's gonna do. But I'm happy I did it because I've been thinking for a while now that I kind of want to start doing like covers again, you know? Because I do miss performing. I've said this before. I miss performing. I mostly just miss singing for the fun of it rather than being forced to do it. So, yeah. I mean, I have my ukulele. I can learn some songs and just, do a little cover, post it over on TikTok, Instagram, also YouTube if that's something I want to do. Probably gonna end up posting that as like a short maybe rather than a full on video. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to do that. Yeah. Yeah, I really want to try to do that. I mean, what? Husband Hotel first season is officially over. Love the songs from that. Recently found out that the guy who wrote songs for Hell no Husband Hotel is in the Living Tombstone. Did not know that until recently. So mind blown for there. No wonder why they're such bangers. But I'm like, oh, I really like these songs. I know the words to these songs. So I'm like, oh, I could just do covers of those as well. So we'll see. See how that goes. Do you know that Hell of a Boss is going to have a new episode coming out this month and it's the full moon episode? So it's definitely going to be hell of emotional because one of the I guess teasers for the February Hell of a Boss episode was Look My Way, sung by Stolas. And damn did that make me cry. So a little nervous about how this episode is gonna go, but I hope it goes well for these characters. They're going to heal and really figure out how the hell they want to do this relationship. So, Fingers crossed for good things to happen from that. I think that is it off the top of my head that I'd like to talk about. Yeah, I just think that's it. So yeah, this is the short stream. Yeah. So thank you guys all for coming. Just really, I wanted to try to keep up the streak of me being consistent with streams. So happy I did that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this chat and enjoyed, hanging out with me and you'd really like to, come over and keep hanging out with me. Please, if you're over on Twitch, hit the follow button. It's free. Not hurt. And you can get us closer to our goal, or our sub goal of 15 followers for the Roller Coaster TED Talk. If you're over on YouTube land, please consider liking this video and hitting the subscribe button. Again, it's free, and there is animations for that too. You can hit the notification bell if you want. Up to you, really. And again, if you like what I do and you want to find me on other social media platforms, they are linked in my bio. I have Instagram where it's Funkos underscore oh my. The main thing is just me posting about Funko Pops. Yeah. I have TikTok, it's Kai underscore oh my. It's me messing around with filters, the occasional shopping haul, mystery unboxing stuff. Yeah, I think, yeah, and just occasional whatever the hell I decide to do over on TikTok. Because it's fun. Obviously, we have this Twitch here. YouTube is Kai Oh My VODs. And then, the one that I haven't used in fucking forever. I do have a Tumblr. It is Kai-Oh My. It is linked in my bio. It is mostly me fangirling about QSMP. Why? Because I fucking love it. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. Thank you all for coming. I do appreciate you. And now we're gonna go back to our chill musics from the beginning as we head off stream. I'm really sorry for the low energy. Like, guys, I think I'm entering into a food coma soon, so I gotta stop stream. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you have a good day. Love ya. Good day, night, week, I don't know. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you.